I'm here in North Bay, Ontario, and I'm on my way now to a fur harvest auction. It is cold. It is minus 30 degrees Celsius. I don't even know what the wind chill is, but it is super cold out here today. So we are going to a fur harvest auction, and I'm pretty excited to go there and learn how trappers trap their animals, how they skin the animals, and what they do with the carcass, and how they prepare that, even if they do prepare it. So I have a lot of questions, and I'm going there because I am interested in the survival skills aspect of animal trapping and what to do with the animal. So there's a whole respect of knowledge and skill and respect for the animal that I have. If I was in a survival situation, how would I be able to clothe myself if I needed to? If it was super cold outside, what would I do? How would I prepare the animal for making a hat, or inserts for my jacket, or gloves, a blanket, a jacket? How would I do that? Now I know that they're probably not going to be using primitive skills. They're probably going to use modern day traps, modern day equipment, and I'm going to find out a whole lot about the industry and and how that works. So I can't wait. Join me. I'm going to ask a bunch of questions and I will share them with you. And so let's find out what it's all about. Here we are in the main room right now. The smell in here is pretty bad. I guess you have to get used to it. I've been around a dead animal or two. Like I said, I've worked with my own share of animals, but this many in one room at one time kind of does stink. It's a polar bear claw. That's the full size of the polar bear. Okay?
See how big it is?
The hand paw of that one, and as you can see, yeah, that's mine compared to his. That is nuts. See, and they would use that as so that would be a club, that would be your weapon. Definitely my table. While I was there, I ran out of battery power, so I wasn't able to capture half of the stuff that I wanted to show for you today. While I was there, lots of things were happening. There was people all over. There was vendors like crazy. They were selling animal pelts. They were selling animal trapping gear. There were information booths. There was leather to buy. There was all kinds of things, food of course. So I wanted to show at the very least what I ended up buying, and this is my bag, by the way. If you saw my last video, you saw that I was working on my bag. Here it is. It's leather, and I put it to use today. I was able to fill it up quite a bit to its maximum. I had all kinds of stuff in there. Anyway, the first thing that I wanted to show you was this simple little scraper right there. This is used to scrape the fat and the meat off of the skin after you've taken it off the animal. So you would take it off like that, because if you leave it on the skin, it's going to rot and it's just going to ruin the whole thing. So you have to make sure that it's completely removed. It's small. It fits into my survival bag just in case I were to run into a situation where I have an animal for whatever reason and I'll be able to work on it and do a good job. Another thing that I bought was this. This is a spearhead. It was flint napped by a gentleman there. I wanted to videotape myself buying it from him, but as I said, I ran out of batteries. But this thing here, I'm going to make a spear out of this. I'm pretty excited. This is going to be another project of mine, and I'll be able to show you that process as well. I'm going to need a stick, and I got plenty of that around here, so it's going to be fun. The natives, they would go hunting, and they would go hunting in groups, and so archaeologists have found that pieces were left inside the animal, or there would be broken pieces left onto the ground. They found them, which was indicating that it was common for this to break off into the animal when they were attacking. So if you had another person with you, a couple of them, you'd all be able to strike the animal in tandem to meet your goal. But in a survival situation now, if I were to have this, this would probably be good enough to be able to pierce the animal and either stop the attack or kill the animal. And to get a good attack, by the way, you'd want to get in between the ribs. You want to get to the heart if you can, to the lungs. And it's not a good way to go. But if you had to protect yourself, and you're not walking around like with a crossbow or a gun, like I don't. So this would be my tool, and so I'll be using that. Now, unfortunately, oh yeah, another thing that I wanted to buy was more leather. Believe it or not, I don't understand it, but the only way I can buy the leather, the particular leather that I wanted, which was a nice dark chocolate brown buffalo skin, is to buy it in bulk. So I wasn't even allowed to buy a piece this long or a piece this long. I had to buy a whole roll of it, which was going to cost me $800. And so that is not the kind of thing that I'm up to. I'm not mass producing leather things. I'm just doing a few projects for myself. And so that was a no-no and a bit of a disappointment. But the other real disappointment was something that I knew what was going to happen, and that the discovery that a lot of these animals are being slaughtered just for their fur and for their pelts. You know, like I was saying, there's animals that we are just consuming up, like pork and beef, you know, cows and pigs, for our daily consumption at the supermarket and in restaurants. And so something has to be done with their skin as well. So what do we use them wisely as best as we can. Bigger animals like bears, elk, moose, deer, those animals as well, if hunters will be able to use up the whole carcass. But when it comes to the small animals like beavers and ferrets and you name it, those small animals, apparently they don't taste very well. So you'd only want to eat those in a survival situation. Therefore, the amount of animals that I saw today was incredible. I don't know if all those animals were killed in one season, or if that's just an accumulation of years of collecting them and you know, to sell to these big companies that will then make them into fashion and purses and shoes and things like that. I don't know the answer to that, but it was sad to see so many going to waste. Now, there was an argument, well, not an argument, I asked the gentleman what he does with them. So what do you do with the carcass then after anyway?
What I do is I got a farm. I put them out in the woods, and scavengers eat it, the birds, the eagles, the hawks, other coyotes, all the prey. Just goes back into nature, right?
But I don't think it was a complete natural thing, because animals have to be able to hunt for their food, and you know, that's the name of the game out there. Some animals eat, some animals don't. But regardless, it's not a natural thing for us to just go out there and kill all these animals and then leave their carcasses out for the animals to eat. At the very least, you might be able to feel a little better knowing that it's not a complete waste. But honestly, I don't think that we need to be killing animals just for their fur. And I think you all can agree with me on that. But I'm not here to make a stand on that. I'm just here to learn, and that's what I did today. It was a very good day of learning, and I'm at this for survival reasons and to understand. You can't speak about something if you don't understand it. So it was a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day out here in Canada, and it's a cold day out here in Canada. So this is what I wanted to show you. This is the other part of my videos that I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to add it to my channel, more of the survivalness things and outdoor wilderness stuff that I love. And so if you liked what you saw here, please leave a thumbs up to let me know what you think. If you know more about this and you want to share, please do so below. If you have questions, ask away. Ask the questions down in the comments below. And until next time, take care, and I wish you well. I'm going inside. It's freezing.